What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to analyze the tape of left tackle Chuma Edoga because in my opinion this guy had an absolutely terrible game. And I don't generally make videos where we're calling out one person, but in this game against the Dolphins, this guy had multiple plays where he absolutely impacted this game. Now, of course, he wasn't the only reason the Cowboys ultimately ended up losing, but not having Tyron Smith can have massive impacts for the Cowboys. And I think the Cowboys are going to have to think about how they're going to handle this left tackle position as they go forward, because this left tackle is not it. So on this play here, he's obviously going to get into a 45-degree set, but he's going to get beat right off the edge. On this play, Edoga's just not going to be able to get to his landmark quick enough. On top of that, Chubb is going to give him a quick fake to the inside here with the left foot. He's going to hit an outside move. And Dak Prescott instantly gets pressured on 3rd and 2. And on this play here, he obviously tries to make a play. You have a linebacker right in front of him. He's ultimately not able to pick this one up. But this is kind of what was happening over the course of this game. Of course, we're going to get into some of his negative plays. Let's get right into it. Alright, guys, check this play out. So the left tackle is going to have a reach block here on number 9. The tight end here is obviously going to help him as well. And you'll see as they try making this reach block, they're not going to do a good enough job. The tight end does a pretty good job, but Edoga is not able to seal off number 9 here, who's going to basically make the play. In my opinion, you have to do a better job on this one, because if the left tackle on this one is able to seal off number 9, in my opinion, this play would have popped for more yards. If right here, if 71 is able to stop number 9, you'd basically get Tony Pollard to hit this gap here, and it'd just be number 21 as the only guy that could actually make the play here. But it starts with the left tackle being able to cut off the defensive end on this one. Now, the play still picked up a pretty nice amount of yards because number 9 ultimately does miss the tackle, and Tony Pollard does a good job jumping forward. But these are the type of plays where if the left tackle did a better job, if the left tackle was possibly a different left tackle, maybe it's the same Richards, if Tyron Smith isn't able to go over the next couple of games. But these are the impacting plays that I felt like the Cowboys ultimately had on the offensive side that held them back from being able to score more points. And of course, there's a couple other plays that we'll get into here in a second that were also massive plays where people were kind of confused on what the left tackle was doing. Starting with this play right here, this one here did not make sense to me. This was 3rd and 3. I felt like this was a big moment of the game for the Dallas Cowboys. You drove all the way downfield, and to me, Edoga makes the wrong decision within this one. I understand the scheme protection may have called for something specific. Maybe he felt that, hey, if 51 comes, I'm the one that may be responsible for him. It just didn't make sense because the slide already was towards the right side on this one. The center's going to slide, and you'll see Tyler Smith is ultimately going to be available to take on the blitzing linebacker here. And the left tackle should have just taken Bradley Chubb on this one. I think that would have been the most logical thing for the left tackle to do, and for some reason, he's going to ultimately let Bradley Chubb go. This one right here was 3rd and 3. These are once again the moments of the game that really matter, right? Over the course of the game, there's plays that continuously add up, and I felt like the left tackle did a really, really bad job at times. And you can see the ball here is going to be an incomplete pass. But again, these are the moments, right, where the left tackle has to step up and really anchor down. Left tackle is the most important position on the offensive line for a reason, especially for a right-handed quarterback. So on this one, it made no sense for the left tackle to come downwards here and pick off number 51 who was blitzing, because the slide was to that side. And you can see that there's already 3 offensive linemen for the 3 guys there. And for the left tackle on this one, he should have stuck with number 2, the defensive end. He didn't. And he basically pressured the quarterback and ultimately brought the quarterback down. That's a really, really bad job right there by Chuma Edoga. Alright, you guys, check this out. You got another one. This was 2nd and 6 in the 4th quarter. Once again, a big moment of the game. As a left tackle that has the chip by the tight end, you can't have this happen. On this one, Chuma Edoga basically allows this play to get ruined. I understand Bradley Chubb's a really, really good pass rusher. But again, you got the double team. You get the chip help. Everyone else is basically in a one-on-one across the offensive line, and you should be able to hold your ground, and Edoga just is basically going to get swam over, and then Chubb spins, and just like that, he's instantly ruined the entire play. This just is not enough time for a quarterback to be able to go through his progressions, to go through the reads, especially if you watch it in real time. You guys will see it's a lot faster than slowing it down. This just is not good enough. You have to do a better job if you're the starting left tackle. Again, I know Tyron Smith may be back, next week. Maybe he'll be back the week after. But you can't predict injuries, and we know at this point Tyron Smith has been a little inconsistent. I think the Cowboys have to figure out that left tackle position because this isn't good enough. And again, this was in all the plays that were basically impacted by this guy. Here's another one. I think this was one of the biggest moments of this game. On this one here, you're at the 1 yard line, 1st and 1. And I don't know what the hell this left tackle's doing on this one. Like, you have to understand the basics of playing football, the basics of the protection calls. You have to know which guy is going where. You can see all of these offensive linemen here are going to the right, which means that's the same way that the left tackle should be going. You see Tyler Smith also comes to the right of the screen, that is. Edoga, there's no reason why he should be going to the left here. You can see that he's the only guy that's going to end up going to the left. And you'll see Bradley Chubb's ultimately the guy that ends up blowing this play up. These type of mental things should not happen in week 15, 16, or 17. Like, this team right here is a playoff team. And you're going to be in the playoffs. And if Tyron Smith goes down, you can't rely on this. These type of mental mistakes is the difference between winning and losing. Now, obviously, this play ended up not mattering because Dak Prescott was able to help the Cowboys ultimately score the touchdown. But you got to be better in these moments. These are losing footballs. These are the moments that you lose Super Bowls. Now, this video is not a shot at Chuma Edoga, but I think as the Dallas Cowboys go forward, they really have to think about what they're going to do in case Tyron Smith goes down once again. Because over the course of this game, there were 11 snaps that I was able to count that Edoga basically lost on. And they didn't all impact the play. They didn't all end up being sacks, like you can see on this play as an example, but this is basic football right here. When you're selling the play action and you're jump setting the way Edoga does here towards Bradley Chubb, you shouldn't get beat like this to the inside. Again, football 101. The fact that Bradley Chubb is able to beat Edoga and he's able to pursue this from the backside, that's just not acceptable. And in my opinion, he has to do a better job if he wants to start as he goes forward. Of course, best case scenario, Tyron Smith comes back. But I did want to make this video to talk about him and the plays that I was able to count where he basically lost the snap. He wasn't able to either reach, anchor down, pass prone, those type of things. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think that Edoga could eventually be a long-term starter or at least a swing tackle, or do you think the Cowboys need to look a different way? I think a Team Richards would make sense in this instance, but I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time with another video.